This video is a brief description of the Access paragraph model. So Access is an acronym for what we should be doing in analytical body paragraphs. So Access is not used for introductions or for conclusions or for summary paragraphs. It's just used when we need to do some sort of analysis, some sort of analytical paragraph. And Access is just a handy little acronym to help remind you what you should be doing in those types of paragraphs. So when I first came up with the acronym Access, I had noticed that a lot of people, we were doing literary analysis, and a lot of people were just restating the story. And so I was trying to figure out how to get people to start making claims, and then we would use the story. So that's kind of where Access came from. And A would be, you can kind of think about A as kind of like a topic sentence. It's the same concept, but rather than topic sentence, I use the language assertion. You're asserting something. So you're asserting some sort of claim. E is an example. And again, when I originally created this was for literature classes. And so example was an example from the literary text. So some sort of example from the text that helps prove that assertion that is made about the text up here. And if you're using Access for non-literary analysis essays, your example could be any piece of support. It could be a statistic, or it could be an expert testimony or a case study, or whatever type of support you want to put in there. Explanation is a reminder to you to always make sure that you explain whatever example you have placed here and how that example proves your assertion. So these two, X and E, go hand in hand. You give an example, you got to explain how it proves your assertion. You give another example, you explain how it proves your assertion. So these two elements get repeated within the body paragraph. You have one assertion, you should have at least two examples. Stronger paragraphs will have 3, maybe even 4 examples. But after each example, you need to make sure you take the time to explain how your example proves your assertion. This probably is the part that most people miss. They assume that the example speaks for itself. And for clear writing, we always have to make sure we take the time to explain it. We don't want our readers just to infer. This is especially a problem with its literary analysis, which we are making tons of inferences. So explanation is very, very crucial. The last part of a paragraph, of a body paragraph, would be the significance. So what is, you could think of concluding statement here, that works as well, but I like significance because it kind of reminds you to think about what is significant about this assertion in terms of the thesis. Remember, this is a body paragraph. So the significant statement doesn't just repeat the topic sentence, but rather the significant statement should really kind of think about, why is this assertion important in terms of that larger thesis that you have going on earlier on? So that's significance. How is this idea significant in terms of the larger argument you're making? In the rest of this document, I go through and I explain this in a little bit more detail, but I just wanted to do this quick video just to, I guess, vocally explain what Access is. Please let me know if you have questions.